You know the exact feeling. It's the middle of the night, your pulse is hammering, and your brain is cycling through a loop of dread you can't turn off. You're trapped in your own head. We usually talk about moments like this as weather systems. We say a bad mood rolled in like a fog, or that we were swept up in a squall of panic, treating our feelings as uncontrollable forces of nature that simply happen to us. These metaphors act as an operating system for our response. When we frame anxiety as a riptide, the brain accepts a mental map of a threat it can't fight, triggering a defensive posture in the nervous system that makes the physical tension even worse. This animated diagram illustrates a shift in that map. Watch how the chaotic, swirling storm system reorganizes into a structured instrument panel. We can move past viewing emotions as unpredictable weather and start treating them as a precise, readable internal dashboard. Feeling out of control is rarely a failure of willpower. It is usually a lack of literacy, looking at a set of flashing warning lights without the manual needed to read the underlying data. The most intense, uncomfortable signals your body generates are your dashboard's warning lights. They flash red to signal a severe boundary violation or an internal system that requires immediate maintenance. Anger functions as pressurized heat meant to power change. When pressure builds too high, healthy anger opens a vent and releases the steam so the internal system doesn't break. This makes anger a flare gun. That sudden flash of hot temper is a deliberate distress shot lighting up the sky, signaling exactly where a personal limit has been crossed. Hate creates a different, more stagnant signal. It acts as an obsessive dead-end tunnel, focusing all your attention on a single enemy and systematically eliminating any other future options. Resentment is chemically self-destructive. Keeping hate alive is like gripping a handful of acid. Long before you ever throw it, it burns the skin of the person holding it. While anger is a pressure system designed to protect your boundaries, hate is a toxic trap that destroys its own vessel. The dashboard also tracks heavy, stabilizing signals. These are your anchors, emotions that drop the tempo and force the body to reorient after a significant shift in your life. Sadness operates as a necessary ballast, like a stone in your pocket. It is a steady weight that slows your movement, demanding the quiet reflection needed to process a change. It is the physical shape of an absence. Whether it's a breakup or a loss, the sorrow forces you to sit with that empty chair and acknowledge exactly what deeply mattered to you. Love provides the foundational, stabilizing infrastructure for the entire system. It acts as a greenhouse, offering the protective environment required for shy ideas to bloom and for torn fabric to be mended. These heavy emotions provide the gravity and the shelter required to process human loss and build long-term resilience. Once the system is grounded, it needs to move. The accelerants are high-voltage signals that control your momentum and prime the body for action. Excitement hits the system like carbonated blood. It is fizzy energy, a fast, bubbling rhythm in the ribs that accelerates your focus and pushes you toward a goal. But excitement is a quick-burning sparkler. When it fades, the system often drops into the low-signal friction of boredom, where time slows and tasks feel like sand in the gears. Boredom is a readout of unused capacity. It signals that you are an unplayed instrument gathering dust, or a closed door waiting for a new challenge to knock. This stretch of gray static serves as a vital system prompt. It alerts you to seek out new meaning, preventing the total burnout that follows unchecked excitement. The human dashboard rarely displays just one clear signal. In reality, you are almost always processing multiple, conflicting data streams at once. Having mixed emotions is a highly evolved feature of the system. It allows conflicting currents to intertwine and provide a more nuanced picture of your environment without canceling each other out. This is emotional polyphony. It's like striking a major and minor piano key simultaneously. Contrasting notes stack to create a richer chord. Our capacity to experience a sunshower, finding hope in the middle of grief, relies on this ability to let opposing notes lock together. By changing the metaphors you use, seeing boredom as a prompt or sadness as ballast, you are updating the software of your own response. You are translating raw, overwhelming sensation into actionable data. We can't control the random events the outside world throws at us, but by learning to read the dials on this internal dashboard, we can finally understand what our feelings are trying to tell us.